What's up? What's up? Thanks for coming back through. Today we're going to be talking about a really good one. Already put about 2 weeks worth of work in it before reviewing it, so please keep in mind as you see a slightly dirty shoe. I've been doing the work in it, loved it, intervals, training. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking about the Hyperion Max 3 from Brooks Running. This is beautiful, stunning looking shoe. Huge update from the previous shoe. When I was reviewing the Hyperion Max 2, that the updates that they've been doing have pushed what used to be their top flight marathon long distance racer, because this is the Hyperion Elite. The Hyperion Elite 2 simply became the Hyperion Max. All of the features tracked. All of the features were right along with it. Well, they continue this as there's a huge departure from the new Elite, which is the 5 or 6, to the Hyperion Max 3. This is now what used to be the shoe that you were going to race in. This used to be the top flight shoe. This used to be, just like all the brands are doing, you kind of been brainwashed into thinking, we're not supposed to be training in this. This is the elite shoe. This is the racer. Yeah, from like 5 years ago. But now everybody's adapted. They've moved that technology. They made the Elite 2 basically into the Max 2. All the same features. And then now there's an update which makes the Max 3 the training shoe. Go figure the logic. But it's producing some very, very good shoes that are in the training mode now and with additional features. Upper midsole, outsole, like we always do. So the upper on this one is very, very airy. I like a lot of the features of it. Reminds me, it's a departure from the other shoe, and I'm going to try not to reference the other shoe so much, but when you have a lot of the shoes in line, it's good to see the progression. The mesh on the previous shoe, not nearly as good as this. This is more along the lines of what you got last year from the Elite. So again, year to year, they're transitioning these things into the next. I like that they're doing it. It's just you end up paying a little more. They inch the price up on you, telling you that the features got better when really some of those Elite features got brought down. So that mesh is great. I've never liked Brooks's laces. They're a bit spongy, a bit stretchy. So when you're trying to get a real snug fit, they kind of bungee on you. Not a big fan of that. The lateral side, that's always been a support mechanism for the logo. So when you pull on that, you do feel that support. The interior has a strap on the inside, part of the gusseted tongue. Oh yeah. So the gusseted tongue actually helps out because it becomes part of the upper and part of the support mechanism going all the way around. It's actually really unique. It looks like a tongue, but it's actually a booty. And then you get this little cutout here to relieve some of that outer pressure. Kind of an offset pull tab so that you're not getting hit right in the shin with it. Interesting idea, but not really necessary. So all in all, upper's good. Integrated pull tab, which is also kind of cool. There's been a few models that have done that. I like that. So that you're not getting that biting from another material being sewn in or fused in. It's all part of it. And so that actually makes a really good slip on. This toe cap, I didn't think that would come into play. It's almost like a baseball pitcher's toe cap, but it really does help protect the material. Helps protect your toe. It's pretty good. I didn't think it would come into use, and I've already had a couple times when, even just something doing like push-ups or some intervals with some body weight exercises, and that helped me from staining the front of the shoe as my toe actually hit the track. Didn't know it would happen, but it did. Traditional lacing, again, I've already talked about the laces, but that traditional lacing with some fusing is good. You've got some extra support there, up at the front, across the ball of the foot. It's already kind of roomy, so when you pull on it, it does cinch up a bit. With the upper, you get tons of toe room in the toe box. It's not so pointy, but it's also not awkwardly wide like Alta or some of those other running shoes. I do still like the traditional look. As long as I've got enough room for my toes, no complaints. So I like that. Plenty of room for those toes. Narrow in the midfoot. Good heel lockdown. There's extra padding in there that's actually sewn in and then covered up. So that's really plush. The ride is incredible. And a lot of that due to the upper being paired with the midsole. So let's get into that. The insole is kind of part of the midsole. It's just your traditional Brooks insole. It is glued down just minorly. So if you do need to replace it, you can, or put a different one in, you can. But so far it fits. And with the stack of this, the stack height wars are over. So I'm really done talking about stack. I will tell you it's an 8mm drop though. That's significant on how you train. 8mm drop isn't so drastic, but it's got a nice roll to it. So the profile of the shoe you can see is still on that rocker that Brooks likes. They were one of the first to give you that sort of rockered heel that didn't have a hard edge to it. And then you roll through the foot. You've got the new foam, the DNA Gold. So DNA foam was always their super foam. Now we're into the Peba foams with that DNA Gold. Okay. And that is comfy. You're sitting right up on top. You're not down into a bowl. Everything you see is everything you're up on top of. And I love it. And then they get into another form of foam. So it is a dual density. I believe that's DNA. And then the majority of that forefoot is DNA Gold. Plush ride. Like to the point where I thought, oh my goodness, would this be too soft? I need good response. No, the plate inside helps, and it's got a nylon plate sandwiched in between, giving you that speed vault, and it's very, very good. It's not complete. It kind of spiders out around the forefoot, give you some lock in right there at that medial side. It's good. It's good. It's smooth. It's really, really smooth. I was actually quite surprised at that. The previous Hyperion Max, the 2, it's good, very good. Continuation of what I liked in the Hyperion Elite 2, almost 1-to-1, but it's heavy. It's a little bit clunky, not as smooth. It's got all the same elements when you're looking at them. It's got those things happening. Definitely has all those things happening. But this one is buttery smooth in comparison. And I really, really like that. The outsole hasn't changed a whole lot. You've got lots of exposed foam with the heel lugs and forefoot. Okay, great traction. Not a lot of texture on that though. I was really surprised that there wasn't a lot of texture. Even with the previous Hyperion Max, that's a lot more textured. It's a lot more robust. Maybe that's how they made it lighter, because it is substantially lighter than the previous models. But the heel lugs are in place. Forefoot is in place. It's traction enough. I haven't had any slippage. I've had these on in wet conditions, track conditions. I've had these on in concrete conditions and road conditions. It's all around good. It's all around good. When it comes to best bang for the buck at the 150 price point, I would have definitely said that. Because of that DNA Gold, this has crept up to $200, putting it only $50 away from the actual race day super shoe of the Hyperion Elite, which has also come down in stack height. It's completely DNA Gold, and it's got another little thing, another little compartment that I'll try to get my hands on a pair and review those. If anybody knows how to get a hold of Brooke, please let me know. This is the shoe. This is the one I would want to spend the majority of the time in. Even if I were racing, I would say, if you're not going for pure all-out speed, I wouldn't get the Elite right away. I would go for this. You know, if you're looking to get your 3K, your 5K, your 10K, even all the way up to marathon, and you're kind of a novice runner, I think I would go with this. Truthfully, um, for my size, it's great response, buttery ride, but gives me everything that I need out of it. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it big time. But I am not loving the price point. I think if you can catch these on sale eventually, that would probably be the better way to go. Is it worth $200 US? That's stressing it. I got them on discount because I'm a coach, because I'm an athlete, and I have an account with Fleet Feet. Appreciate you, Fleet Feet Exorbitant. I got them at a discount myself, which helped make the decision easier. I think after tax, I paid right around $175. But at the $200 price point, I have hesitation. That's just the truth. Doesn't diminish the shoe, but in the market, I think a lot of brands right now are doing the tricky thing with inflation and with tariffs and with all these things. And they're creeping the price up in areas that don't need to be crept up. But when you introduce DNA Gold, which is now the new super foam coming from Brooks, I think that's where the price point went up. Now, is it, and it's not even that this price went up. There should be a bigger discrepancy between your trainer / racer and your pure racer. That's just me. That's what I would expect. And that's what I think would be the most bang for the buck, most valuable. But this is a good one. This is a really, really good shoe. And so at the $200 price point, if you do choose to race it, you can race it. It's light, it's supportive, it's fast, it's got a nylon plate, not a carbon fiber plate. And so you can do just fine in it. You can do just fine in it. I also like the look. They have an orange matching all of these colors. They have one that's majority orange upper. I like the light colored upper. Goes a lot better with a lot of my gear. I don't have a lot of Brooks gear. I have a lot of Adidas gear, some Nike gear. And so it's a neutral that's really, really good. Yeah, I dig it. Caught my eye right away. Scooped them up as soon as I saw them. Took me a bit to get the review in because I had to put some work in them, as you can see. That is the Brooks Hyperion Max 3. $200 price point kind of stresses it, but worth it, depending on how you're going to use it, depending on how much you're going to use it. You can race it, you can train it, you can casual it if you want to. Find them on sale if you're only going to do casual. All right. Appreciate you coming through as always. We'll talk soon because I got more coming. All right. Peace.